The bouncer's hand hit my chest before the bass did. "Members only, sir." The word sir was sharp, dismissive, like he was doing me a favor by not laughing. I looked past him. The club pulsed. Blue light, bodies moving like a single organism, champagne flaring under strobes. My wife's club. At least that's what the press releases said. I nodded once. Calm. Understood. Behind him, through the glass, I saw him freeze. Her boss, the man who'd signed every contract, the man who'd smiled at me across dinners, the man who'd told my wife I was outdated. His face drained so fast it was almost impressive. "Wait," he whispered, then louder, panicked. "Oh, God." He grabbed the bouncer by the arm, hard. "That's the owner," he hissed. "You just turned away the owner." I didn't correct him. Not yet. There was a time I believed in partnership. Marriage, business, loyalty. 3 words I thought meant the same thing if you said them sincerely enough. My wife and I built things together. Slowly, carefully. I put up the capital when no one else would. She put up the face. I stayed behind the scenes because I preferred it that way. Quiet power lasts longer. The club was my idea. The location my acquisition. I bought the building under a holding company, layered through a retirement trust. Boring paperwork, invisible strength. They called me passive. They mistook silence for absence. At home, she grew distant. Late nights became normal. Phone face down. Meetings I wasn't invited to. Her boss's name surfaced too often, always followed by a laugh that arrived half a second too late. I didn't accuse. I watched. The betrayal didn't announce itself. It leaked. A misrouted email, a spreadsheet copied to the wrong folder, my name removed from documents I had authored. Then the sentence that settled it. "We can push him out. He doesn't even show up." That night, I didn't sleep. I didn't drink. I didn't rage. I planned. Pain is loud. Strategy is quiet. I pulled records, every amendment, every signature. I traced money through shell companies back to accounts that weren't supposed to exist. I hired no one who knew my name, just specialists who knew the law and liked puzzles. They were restructuring without me. What they didn't know was that I'd structured the structure. The retirement trust, set up years ago for tax efficiency, held the majority stake, 76%. Voting rights dormant by design. Sleeping giants don't roar, they wait. I let them think they were winning. They fired me on a Thursday. "You're outdated. We're done here," her boss said, voice slick with confidence, my wife beside him, eyes steady but hollow. I replied quietly, "Understood." That was the moment the trust activated its voting rights. By Monday morning, the board convened an emergency meeting. Who just fired the person who owns 76% of the shares? I didn't attend. I sent a proxy. My signature, crisp, final. They scrambled. Lawyers shouted. Phones overheated. By noon, her boss was suspended pending investigation. By evening, removed. My wife called me 43 times. I didn't answer. Which brings us back to the door. The bouncer stepped aside like the floor had tilted beneath him. I walked in, past the line, past the velvet rope that existed because I paid for it. Music dipped as the manager killed the volume. A ripple of confusion moved through the room. Her boss approached me, sweat beading at his hairline. I didn't know," he stammered. "We can fix this." I smiled. Not kind, not cruel, accurate. "No," I said. "We can't." My wife appeared behind him. For the first time in months, she looked small. "You own this?" she asked. I always did. The truth landed heavy, public, unforgiving. I turned to the crowd, lifted my glass. "Enjoy the night," I said. "It's under new management." Applause followed. Not for them, for the moment. Security escorted her boss out through the same door he once guarded like a throne. The bouncer wouldn't meet my eyes. The fallout was surgical. Assets frozen, accounts audited, emails subpoenaed. His affair with my wife documented, his skimming proven, his empire gone. My wife tried apologies, then anger, then silence. I filed for divorce with the same precision I used to build the club. Clean, final. People asked if it hurt. Of course it did. But betrayal teaches you something valuable. Who benefits from your absence? I reclaimed my presence. I still don't come to the club often. I don't need to. Ownership isn't about being seen. It's about being undeniable. Sometimes I think about that moment, the hand on my chest, the words members only. Rules exist for people who don't write them. I walk past the door now. No rope, no pause. Just quiet power, moving forward. Cold, earned, and absolutely mine.